This is the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapters 5 to 7. Jesus is speaking to ordinary people, the old, the sick, the young, believers and skeptics standing side by side, a restless, searching crowd. And what he gives them isn't a plan for power or influence. It's something far more unsettling, a call to inner transformation. I'll be honest, there are parts of this sermon I wrestle with. Some of it feels radical, some of it feels almost impossible. But that tension is what makes it powerful. It refuses to let us stay the same. This isn't about dominance. It's about integrity. It's about the condition of the heart when no one is watching. This is not a sermon of power. It is a sermon of conscience.
Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. Truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen, will by any means disappear from the law, until everything is accomplished. Anyone who sets aside even the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you this, unless your righteousness surpasses that of the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said long ago, you shall not murder. But I tell you, anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and remember that someone has something against you, leave your gift there. First go, be reconciled, then come and offer your gift. You have heard it said, you shall not commit adultery. But I tell you, anyone who looks with lust has already committed adultery in the heart. Let your yes be yes, and your no, no. Anything beyond this comes from evil. You have heard it said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. If anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them too. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be children of your Father in heaven. For he causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? If you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others, to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. When you pray, do not be like those who pray to be seen by others. Go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Do not keep on babbling with many words. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. This then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For if you forgive others when they sin against you, your Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others, your Father will not forgive your sins. When you fast, do not look somber to show others. Anoint your head, wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others, but only to your Father, who sees what is done in secret, and He will reward you. Do not store up treasures on earth, where moth and decay destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up treasures in heaven, where nothing destroys, and nothing is taken. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve both God and money. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap, yet your Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet even Solomon, in all his splendor, was not dressed like one of these. If God so clothes the grass of the field, will He not much more clothe you? So do not worry about tomorrow. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye and ignore the plank in your own? First remove the plank from your own eye, then you will see clearly. Do not give what is sacred to those who trample it. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, would give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, would give him a snake? If you, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask Him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the roads that leads to life, and only a few find it. Watch out for false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, drive out demons in your name, and perform many miracles in your name? Then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he taught them as one who had authority, and not as their teachers of the law.